Well, now that there has been a delay, that boundary penalty for the Spanish team will go away, will not apply. So wavy, Glenn. I mean, it's not really the wind speed, is it, that's causing the dramas and the excitement. It's, look at the waves, getting bigger and bigger.
They are a little bit, and I guess at the end of the day, that's something that you can practice in the simulator, but in real world, this is absolutely what you need to do, get some water in the face.
Let's go head to chase 0 with Peter Lester. How rough out there is it, Pete? Is it getting any worse?
I think it's more the frequency of the waves. It's really close together, and every now and again one of them just stands up in front of you. It's really steep, and you know, one of the keys is to pick your moment when you do a tack or a jibe, that you're not doing it into the back of one of these really steep bits. Waiting for the flat spot before you pull off those vital manoeuvres could be crucial.
Back. 1 boundary penalty, Spain.
So they're not having any joy. Sail Team Barcelona was washed off because of the delay. Now it's back. Another one's back on, so they'll have to get behind at the start. We're 1:46 and counting to the start of race 3.
Nearly all the teams pretty line shy on the last start. I think we'll see a bolder lineup this time.
Yeah, this will be a bit like getting into a Dakar race buggy and sending it through the sand dunes here after spending a year or so on a simulator. It's going to be eyes wide open, hang on and send it sort of stuff, and trust the gear, trust the technology, but also trust your skills and have confidence. And sailing with confidence, surely in these conditions, is what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, only one of these teams has really had any significant hours on a real boat in the waves. So they're learning quickly.
2 boats on the hip.
So there is the Swedish Challenge powered by Ardens. Had the lead in the bag, you could have said, at the top gate, and heading on the downward. One poor jibe cost them the win. But they still sit in position 3 points-wise in Group B. A reminder, the top 3 in each group go through the 4-race semi-final session. We're closing out on the start.
2 boats coming in from the left-hand side.
So possibly 2 of the teams looking for a split start and heading over to the right-hand side. So both the Canadians and the Netherlands team having to give way to the starboard tack yachts coming through. So lining up for a start here.
A nice approach by Australia.
A brilliant start there by Andrew Team Australia.
And we are racing in race 3, Group B, UniCredit Youth America's Cup.
A glamour of a start from the Australians, only 16 metres off the line. They've practiced that a few times in the simulator.
So we see the 2 teams, the Canadians.
The umpire, Spain, boundary penalty. We want you to lose another 40 metres compared to Germany.
And the Dutch team, they're heading over to the right-hand side of the course. So they were quite a long way behind the starboard tackers. So big distance loss to make up. You can see the distance there that they are behind, but are they going to the favoured side of the course? Time will tell.
30 seconds, 20 to the zone. Copy that.
Spain, you still have 20 metres to go.
Gonna set up at the zone. 10 seconds to the zone. We're clear to go anytime. Looking for a spot. Copy.
Lovely comms.
Spain, you have still 30 metres. Second penalty took more than a minute.
2, 1, port down. 30.
Penalty cleared.
2, 1, angle.
Beautiful tack there by Andrew Team Australia. That's a keeper. Big battle down here with the Dutch team and the Swedish. Big duck there by Sweden. And there's going to be some bow-on-bow action coming up here over the next 30 seconds.
On to chase 0, Peter Lester.
Yeah, I like the transfer there on the Australian boat. Cole Tapper over to Jack Ferguson steering on port. Just in terms of the way they sequence through that tack, just shows how much time they haven't spent a lot of time sailing these boats, but they come from a skiff background, whether it's 18-footers or 49ers, and of course Cole Tapper's using his boat-on-boat match racing skills, and that really showed, I think, off the line in that first tack.
So currently Andu Team Australia just the 1 point behind Team Barcelona in the points. Stronger start, that will give them a whole heap more confidence as they head to the top gate.
Really nice roll control on Andu Team Australia there. Max Paul, Tom Needham on aero trim, and they are really the throttle men on these boats, so holding the power on and controlling the accuracy of the aero package.
They look really locked in. I mean, the boat's been beautifully smooth all the way up this leg.
And they've had a bad tack there, I think, the Australians, but they have a little bit of a lead, but the rest of the fleet will be mowing them down quickly.
The battle here between the Dutch and the Swedes, absolute corker.
Oh, a big touchdown there by the Dutch team. Out of that tack, you can see the wash off their boat, and they have had a huge splashdown there. So they were in the leading pack, and now will be bringing up the rear in just a matter of seconds.
And just quietly going about their thing is Concord Pacific Racing from Canada, sitting in second position, as we can see, as Andu Team Australia finish leg number 1 of 4 and will round the top gate for the first time.
Oh, touchdown. They've got it under control though, the Aussies. Nice little catch there, back up into the power zone quickly and getting fired out of the cannon, so they are ripping down there, but the battle is all on behind them.
Piccadilly Circus behind them, and comes the Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis. Concord Pacific Racing from Canada follows them. Sail Team Barcelona, who picked up from where they had 2 penalties, washed it off, and they're doing okay. In comes ACT Germany in 5th position, and then it will be Yayo Team Dutch Sail.
Sail Team Barcelona having a couple of big touchdowns there, and they'll need to get the flow reattached on their sail plan. Very stalled there. Boat will be very, very tippy and out of balance without getting the correct attachment of flow around the sails. The Dutch team a really nice rounding as well. They are behind at the moment, but they're pushing hard, and they'll be looking to make up some ground on the boats just in front of them there. Just having a look at the rounding here from the Australians, and really just punching out of the wave there in front. Just a little late on the trim up on the Traveller there, and doing a really nice job, Shirley, of just catching that. Basically, the hull is actually planing there. It's very much skimming over the surface, so just a quick splash and go, back up on the foil again. Nice job.
Good steering, quick reactions.
So it's Andu Team Australia on leg 2 of 4 in this 3rd race of Group B. They're just 1 point behind the points leaders in Sail Team Barcelona. On to chase 0, Peter Lester. Australia looking strong again.
Yeah, good boat handling, good boat control, and what I'm noticing is quite a wide cant angle as they stick it in, and that job. Wow, that was a big one. But they tend to be low flow. Wow, a lot of water on board from that one. Just gave them a bouquet, and then they stick it in.
Cockpits will be full there. That is going to be a huge reset, and lead change now. The Swedish coming down absolutely throttle wide open there, as are the Canadians behind. So the Australians going to have to get that cockpit drained quickly and re-establish their foiling, or they will be at the back of the field.
So lead change again on the downward leg. This time it's the Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis, who've taken the lead from Andu Team Australia, who are in a bit of bother. Going to drain the pool, and away they go again.
just getting caught in no man's land there. The Aussies really, really tricky to get the boat through that dead downwind when the rig unloads, and not easy there, but the Swedish team doing a brilliant job of executing their manoeuvres well and now taking the lead.
Yeah, and this is what we get from the AC40s in conditions like this. Constant lead changes. Swedish challenge, powered by Artemis, now back in front of the fleet. Leading from Concord Pacific Racing out of Canada. Just quietly going about their business. Andu Team Australia back up and boiling. Closely being followed by Sail Team Barcelona. So 2 of the 4 legs complete by Canada.
Big skid there by the Canadians. Nice control, but a big slowdown on that turn. So
in comes Andu Team Australia, and you can see behind them it's Yayo Team Dutch Sail have recovered. Sail Team Barcelona will come in position 5, and ACT Team Germany looks like they've had another moment. That's Spain. They're off their foils.
This is the umpire's penalty Spain, relative and penalty clear.
There's a lot going on. I think that was a coming together with the Dutch team.
Australian team there and the Canadian, sorry Stephen, just pulling off those tacks on the boundary. So big race on here for the minor placing. Sweden have a comfortable lead at the moment, but as we've seen, any little wobble and they will get mown down. So the battle is on for the minor placings.
Yeah, every point is so crucial. The top 3 from this round will go into the next round of the Youth America's Cup. So really crucial to protect their big points.
It's just as... So there are your top 3 positions at this point. It's the Swedish challenge, powered by Artemis, Concord Pacific Racing from Canada, and Andu Team Australia, who held the lead until that big moment on leg number 2 downwind. So this is the second to last leg of the race. Remember, just 4 legs. And points are critical. What's also critical is not to make a mistake.
A really great battle here between the Canadians and the Australians. This will come down to a boat handling race from here, Shirley.
You can't help but be impressed by these 2 teams. They haven't had a boat to practice on, but they are learning quickly. They're used to sailing fast boats. It is pretty impressive.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the leg to 1.2 nautical miles.
So ready for my board call, Andrew? Boundaries in 30, so they're getting to it in 10. Let's make sure we're up to speed here.
Let's see what's going on for Andu Team Australia.
Inside now. 2, 1, board down. 2, 1, board up. It's on away
Bad tack there by Andu Team Australia, and that will cost them hundreds of metres. Coming off the foils again, you'll just see the distance that the Canadians pulling off their tack cleanly will put on the Aussies, and it's a big, big slowdown. So boat handling so critical in these tricky conditions. And the Canadians really mowing down the Swedes in front of them. So big job by the Aussies to get back on the foils here again, and they will have Team Barcelona and the Dutch team not far behind them when they get going. So have to keep the foot on the gas here.
It's interesting watching Concord Pacific Racing. It's not as if they're trying to throw the boat and thrash it, but just take it nice and conservatively and say, right, we need points, just take it easy, because we know others are really trying to throw them around.
It's definitely about doing your manoeuvres, Stephen, in the most smooth water you possibly can. So you see the Australian team go through the attack here. Just getting a little heel. Slow, so just a little more work to do there on just keeping that platform nice and flat and keeping those foils nice and evenly loaded. So just a bad wave there for the Aussies, but they'll be hoping to hang on and get some points on the board here, but the rest of the fleet breathing down their neck now.
So heading to the top gate for the last time, and it's the Swedish Challenge powered by Artemis Technologies who hold the lead. Now remember, they were in this position in the last race. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but they lead the fleet around.
Everything down from wheel. He's sinking up. Back on the heel. There you go, there you go.
Nice rounding there, Shirley. That's a keeper.
And 37 is target, and I'm just focusing heel here. Yeah, good.
In comes Concord Pacific Racing representing Canada. Nice and smooth, nice and easy from the Canadians. Got the downwind, homeward leg to go.
3, 2, 1, turning.
110, 130, 145.
Little up here, little up. Big up, big up, big up. Gotcha.
Okay, you're at settings.
Little mangy gap.
And a really close bow and bow. Mark running here, the Dutch possibly just in front of Andu Team Australia here, so very, very close race for third position.
10 seconds to the mark.
Wow, how about this? Yayo Team Dutch South Andu Team Australia ripping past each other and getting around that top gate and heading home. Every little moment just on the edge of these magnificent AC40 flying machines. South Team Barcelona in position 5, and AC Team Germany are not having the best of days.
The Dutch team there, just under 40 knots of boat speed, absolutely boosting down there. They've had a fantastic rounding there. The Australians on the limiter as well, and going to be a real battle here for third position.
On to chase zero, Peter Lester. You've got to be impressed with the Swedish boat.
Yeah, Sweden look rock solid, and in fact they did in the first one as well, but they had that touchdown. So downwind is actually harder going for the teams in terms of boat handling than upwind. What I'm looking forward to is the end of this for third and fourth. There's a real carrot there for the Netherlands to try and pull off a third over the Aussies.
1, 4 down.
This will be a big race for the Swedish Challenge. This will jump them into the points lead.
2, 1, 4 down.
Consistency is the key. They were third in race 1, second in race 2, and if they can bag them 10 points here, we said you saying that top 3 points scoring, you're going to be well on your way to the semi-finals.
And a beautiful job there by Artemis Swedish Challenge, powered by Artemis Technologies. They will be looking forward to some big points.
So a consistently performed race number 3 in Group B of the UniCredit Youth Americas Cup, and the win will go to the Swedish Challenge powered by Artemis. They bank the full 10 points.
2, 1, 4 down. 2, 1, turning.
Canadians looking to execute that manoeuvre well, coming in behind them on the way down to the finish, and they are right on the edge. A couple of little touchdowns there. Big drive coming up for the Australian team as well.
Yeah, good idea.
Team Barcelona and the Dutch team right up their rear end.
This is a big result for Concord Pacific Racing. Remember, race 1 they finished in second position, and they were 5th in race number 2. But in race number 3, they bank a valuable 7 points. Concord Pacific Racing from Canada, second spot, well raced.
And the Aussies having another bad jibe out on that right-hand boundary. You're going to have to get the boat up to speed and accelerate to hold off the fast-charging Dutch here.
This will be tight for position 3 and 4. You can see the position change there. Wait for it.
Always great pace with the Dutch team. And they're across.
And position 3 will go to Yayo Team Dutch Sails. Big points for them. Position 4. Close finish for 4th and 5th, but 4th will go to Andu Team Australia. And position 5 goes to South Team Barcelona.
Well, that was certainly a really close finish there. Aussies will be pretty broken about that last jibe. They just had to get that last jibe in and a little touchdown and a bit of a vent. So just shows how tough these conditions are for all the teams, and really, really exciting racing.
Tell you what, it's going to be hard to pick this, isn't it? A couple of teams starting to show their wares. You know, we've talked a lot about Sweden and Australia, but I'll tell you what, some of these minor places is all over the shop. Leading means nothing in this.
Yeah, we've seen a huge progression actually from the first race. I think it's a lot more controlled, and some of the pace is getting bigger and bigger. I mean, particularly the Dutch team, they look faster all the time.
These conditions really, really tricky, and I think even the full cup teams, you know, sailing in these conditions would be having some loose moments as well. And I think we're seeing these young teams really pushing the boats hard and getting around the track really, really cleanly.
I just wonder whether we heard whispers that four-time Formula 1 champion Sebastian Vettel was in. I wonder if he had a chat to AC Team Germany. Because that would have got me a little bit excited. Well, actually, it did get me a little bit excited, the fact that he was around. But I'm sure it would have been magnificent for the young Germans to have a genuine global rock star to come and visit them and say, hey, what's going on? Right now, there's not a lot going on with AC Team Germany. They're not having a big day here, and that'll be P6 for the second race in a row. And they will come across the line, and AC Team Germany will be the last to finish in Race 3, Group B, UniCredit Youth America's Cup. So let's head to the Swedish Challenge powered by Alamis and have another chat to Oscar Enstrom. Much better race, Oscar. That must feel